Hello and welcome to Pristine Figurine. Today we are looking at Edward Elric from the brand Kotobukiya. And now Kotobukiya has been a nice brand that I am able to collect every now and then, and I think they are very clean sculpted figures. So now you get to see an example from the brand, and without any further ado, let's get started. Alright, so here as always, we're going to take a nice look around the box. I just want to make sure you have a nice sight of it. I think the front here has a nice display of seeing what you get. These are the kind of boxes I would prefer if there's a clear window of seeing the product. Fullmetal Alchemist belongs to Aniplex, and here is its logo. As you can see, it is a 1/8 scale pre-painted figure. This is an ARTFX model from Kotobukiya. Now I think the back looks pretty sweet. Pretty much looks like a wall has been smashed through, and I'm always down for companies making their display boxes look different than the norm. I'm liking the window. And alright, so here's the side of this one right here. I think it's great when companies also allow customers to take a view from the above. Plus for me, the more clear we see the figure, the better. Cool, so now we can open the figure up and check them out. Now, I recommend a knife when opening these figures, because a flat blade just makes it easier to slip into the cracks and do the least amount of damage to the box. I'm not a big fan of destroying the box, I like having that collected as well. This part of the unboxing here is actually important for me to show you. I'm sure everyone here has problems with opening the box sometimes because we don't want to put a crease in the tab, when pulling it out. Rather than using my hands here to force the tab out, you can see me using the knife to slip in and lift it up. This will lift the tab out of the flap that's blocking it. And that's how you open the back flap without putting a crease in it. The inside of the box isn't much to look at, so I'll just go quick here. It looks like there's pretty much just an inside cover that creates a background. It looks like Edward is packaged in a pretty standard plastic, as you can see here. It's just going to have a clear plastic tape to prevent it from opening. There are notches to lock it in, but the tape is just for good measure. So I'm just going to skip ahead of the cutting here. It's also pretty common here to have an additional thin layer of plastic just to make sure there are no scratches of the figure during the shipping of the product. I have a lot of respect for companies that do what they can to ensure the products come out safely during the logistics. And here we have it, Mr. Edward Elric himself from Fullmetal Alchemist. Now the figure is even more gorgeous up close. You can see all the creases in his clothes because his body is pretty tight in a kneeling position, and just look at the detail of the cracks of his rock base. Plus, I'm really digging his chain on his right side. The nice little addition there helps bring a figure to life. It feels like he's going against the wind or something. Here is the backside of Edward. As you can see here, the sculpt is very clean. Also, you can pause it if you want, but just take a look at the boots. I love the blended colors of the boots, and I'm loving that mixture of the brown and the black. You can tell he's been using these boots for quite a long time. As you can see, the base here isn't solid, and it's a little hollow underneath. And oh man, that cloak is just amazing. It's really nice when they create that kind of tattered look. I'm a big fan of that. Whatever helps make the figure look real. And alright, so I'm just gonna let the good vibes roll and go ahead and check out this figure until the next part. Alright, so Edward Elric is actually from the Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. The brand he's from is Kotobukiya. His series is ARTFX J. There's ARTFX and ARTFX Plus. ARTFX J, I assume the J is going to be for Japanese. The materials is PVC and ABS. PVC is kind of, I guess to keep it simple, a more flexible material for the figures. It's just durable. ABS is generally for the base. ABS is a little bit more brittle. It's a little bit harder, but it's good for a base because it might start bending if it is PVC. The size is going to be a 1/8 scale. The height is going to be 5.9 inches. The figure was released late September of 2017. The price range was kind of hard to find, but I'm going to say between $110 and $140 as of this video. Anything beyond that, I would try to say just look for a better deal. And anything under that, it might be fake. Be careful on that. Alright, so this is it for the figure review of Kotobukiya's Edward Elric. Like I said, I feel like Kotobukiya is great at making a very clean sculpture. You know, if you take a look at their figures and what they have to offer, you can kind of sense, in my opinion, a more clean, almost kind of bubbly sculpt, to say, I guess. You know, my opinion of this might change over time, but that's what's coming to my mind right now. In the end, I hope this information helps you, and thank you so much for stopping by and checking out this review. Figure reviewing is a fun hobby and also allows me to show you figures that maybe you wanted to see, but just don't know if you want to purchase it just yet. And as always with the end of my videos, here is a little photo shoot of Edward to end the review. And as always, be collecting, and more importantly, be pristine.